So this week, I wanted to start getting into some NFL draft talk regarding the Packers as we continue to move into the offseason. The NFL still has a couple weeks left. NFC Championship, AFC Championship, Super Bowl, which should be entertaining. But I thought that with the Packers now in the offseason, it's about time to start talking about some NFL draft. So for the next couple months, just so you guys know, I'll be covering tons of draft prospects, how they could potentially fit in Green Bay, free agency, all those kinds of things, all Packers news as always. So if you don't want to miss any of that, make sure you subscribe and turn on those post notifications. But it's always fun to start to navigate the draft, the different prospects, the different players, and I've started doing that myself. Haven't gone super deep, but I'm starting to scratch the surface and finding guys who I think could make sense here in Green Bay. And I thought today we would start with one player who I think could make lots of sense for this Packers team to draft when it comes to especially the first round, because that is where this guy is projected to be, projected to go. And this is I'd say on average, the top tight end prospect. I don't think I've seen anyone put someone else above him when it comes to all the draft experts, and that is tight end Michael Mayer from Notre Dame. And so I think when you look at the Packers and their tight end situation, we have Marcedes Lewis going to be a free agent, Robert Tonyan also going to be a free agent. There is some uncertainty of those guys returning or not. I think Aaron Rodgers, if he returns, wants to see those guys back. But honestly, regardless of if those guys are signed, if Rodgers returns, or if it's Jordan Love, I see no reason why adding a very versatile pass-catching tight end could make lots of sense for this Packers offense, who just last year added a ton of weapons, Christian Watson, Romeo Doubs, and I think to add a tight end who can really get it done in the passing game is really what this Packers offense needs to take it to another level. Give Aaron Rodgers or Jordan Love, whoever it's going to be, another weapon who can come in here and get it done in the passing game, as well as, being dominant in the blocking game. So if we take a look at Michael Mayer, as I said, 6'4", 265 pounds. Here are his stats from Notre Dame. Coming in his first season, started being productive, 42 receptions, 450 yards, 2 touchdowns. The next season, his sophomore year, 2021, 71 receptions, 840 yards, 7 touchdowns, so a big jump there. And then this past season, 67 receptions, 809 yards, and 9 touchdowns. And Notre Dame liked to use him in many different ways. He lined up in line 37% of the time, in the slot 48% of the time, and out wide 15% of the time. And as I was watching his highlights on YouTube, you can feel free to go Google those after this video. Unfortunately, I can't share those on the channel because I get copyright hit by the people who, own those videos, the networks, all that kind of stuff. But he is a very talented, very big-bodied guy who can catch the ball in traffic, has great hands, and he may not be the fastest guy, but he's got some speed, and he also has a ability to, other players, when they try to tackle him, doesn't work out too well because of how strong he is, how massive he is at 6'4", 265 pounds. He's also a great weapon to attack the middle of the field, and I think the Packers could use that in this passing attack. We already have 2 guys at wide receiver going into year 2 after being dominant or starting to pick some things up in the rookie season, Christian Watson, Romeo Doubs. And to be able to add another pass catcher on this offense, I think makes lots of sense. Whether it's Aaron Rodgers, whether it's Jordan Love, I don't think that in the NFL nowadays, when you have teams being able to put up points at will, why not add another pass catcher to this offense, a very talented guy who maybe could move into that elite tight end tier, top 5 tight end in the NFL? It's a possibility. So here's some interesting stats as well to sort of show his dominance. When it comes to tight ends with 35 targets this season, he is first in deep catches. He also has 17 contested catches and 5th in missed tackles with 12. And then I want to read here a quote from ESPN's draft analyst Todd McShay. Found this on ON3.com. He says this: Mayer's best traits are his toughness and strength after the catch, McShay wrote. He's a bulldozer with the ball in his hands, and he generates yards by breaking tackles and carrying defenders. Of his 809 receiving yards in 2022, 345 came after the catch. He is not a speedster, but shows a lot of savvy setting up defenders at the top of stem and locating soft spots in zone. Mayer also has a big catch radius and reliable hands, and he does a very good job adjusting to the ball outside his frame. And that is one thing you see in his highlights. When he catches a ball in a crosser, good luck trying to take that guy down. It takes multiple guys to bring him down because of how physical and how tough he is. And I do think that's one thing the Packers have missed at tight end is really that yards after catch ability. I just think that, Robert Tonyan is a talented tight end. He's shown that. He still had 53 receptions, 470 yards, and 2 touchdowns. But I think having a guy like Michael Mayer who can really, break away after the catch and, carry guys with him. Also, big red zone target the Packers could need to improve in the red zone as well. I think that just makes lots of sense. And then to finish it off here for McShay, he says, it's like watching a third-year veteran in the NFL playing at the college level for a year like he just got dropped in. He fits the part in terms of physically. He's a really good blocker. Most importantly, his instincts and understanding and feel in the pass game, his ball skills, and then after the catch, he's a bulldozer. He'll just run over guys. He lacks elite speed, but that's it. Outside of that, he's a complete player. And I think one thing we know about Matt LaFleur is he loves his receivers, his tight ends to be able to block in the running game, which is very important in the league as well. And so it also looks like Mayer can get it done in that way as well. So I think for a Packers team that really needs to take another step forward on offense, which I think they will, honestly, with Watson especially and Dobbs going into year 2, they're going to develop, they're going to be better, and this offense will be better. Because of that, why not add another pass catcher here? A guy like a tight end who I think we haven't really had that elite tight end in a long time. Not to say Mayer's just going to come in and be elite right away, but I think that he has the ability to be a very talented pass catcher here in the NFL. But I think looking at the first round right now, he's one of the guys I'm eyeing as a top target for me when it comes to the Packers. And as the months go by, my mind could change about that as I, find other guys and things. But right now, from the guys I'm looking at, the positions, which I'll make a video breaking down, I think the top needs when it comes to the draft. But right now, I think tight end first round in Michael Mayer could be a smart move for this Packers team going forward. But feel free to let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. If you have some insights into other players or guys you want me to look into, feel free to comment it down below. But it's pretty fun to be into draft talk. Fortunately, as we all know, the Packers couldn't get it done in the playoffs or even get to the playoffs, but it is what it is, and now we look forward to next season. So that's all for this video. Feel free to subscribe for more Packers draft content, and I'll see you guys next time.